was saying, I've seen Gravity. I don't know if I think Dallas Buyers Club was nominated for Best Picture. At least it should have been. It's a toss-up between those two, out of the ones I've seen. I thought Gravity was incredibly overrated, but it was a theme park ride. I mean, anyway, it was fun. It was a fun theme park ride, but that's all it was. There was nothing else to that film. But anyway, back to Wolf of Wall Street. There was lots of really great set pieces in this, like the scene on the boat, like the gay orgy, which, wow, the straight orgy on the plane. I mean, there was several orgies, and it people made it sound like the first 5 minutes of this film were just going to be completely crazy, and I don't know, maybe I'm just desensitized, but I was like, oh, they're playing darts with midgets. That's kind of cool. Oh, he's snorting coke out of a girl prostitute's asshole. I've seen that before. Whatever. But it's still enjoyable. It's fun. It's really, really excessive. And something. Oh shit! Almost dropped the camera. Something that kind of bothers me about this film, though, and this isn't the film's fault. This is your fault. Is films like Caligula and Pain and Gain are a lot like this, but people demonize and tear those films to pieces while praising this film as a masterpiece. Now, I feel that 90% of that, maybe 95% of that, has to do with the fact that it's a Scorsese film. Scorsese versus Michael Bay and Gore Vidal. Yeah, I wonder who's going to win that. And Leonardo DiCaprio versus Mark Wahlberg and The Rock, versus Malcolm McDowell. Again, Leonardo DiCaprio is like the most popular actor ever. I don't know why. I think he's okay, but I mean, it's probably like what Red Letter Media said. Him and like Natalie Portman survive off of their good looks and prior hit films, and I think that's the most. I think that makes the most sense to me anyway. But it's just kind of that. I think it's mainly that. However, it does give us more of an insight to these characters than at least Pain and Gain did. Pain and Gain was kind of just the excess. It was the excess, and that's kind of it. It was enjoyable in that way. It was incredibly fun. You don't really get into those characters. We kind of see them at their base level, which is fine for that kind of movie. This kind of goes into it a little bit more. I'm not saying this is like a deeper film in terms of really diving in and dissecting these characters. It does, but it doesn't at the same time. Because, like, the first half is kind of like Pain and Gain, honestly. But I think the difference is, the last 30 minutes or so, we see that this kind of lifestyle isn't it can't be, it's not a lifestyle that is conducive to living. It's not. It's gonna fuck you up and it's gonna bite you on your ass, and that's what happened. Pain and Gain kind of did that. It did that, but it was just more the excess. which is fine, because that movie's fun. It's really great. But I think it was a really enjoyable film. It had... I haven't seen Caligula. I've heard this be compared to Caligula a lot. And Caligula is oftentimes called one of the worst films of all time. So I'm just wondering, well, if this is a modern Caligula, why is this one being praised and why is the other one not? Is it just because Caligula was made by Hustler and it's seen as like a sleazy skin flick? I don't know. Maybe after I see it, it'll make more sense one way or the other. But as this film goes, it's incredibly well shot. It has some interesting ideas, like, you know, him and Leo and this other guy are staring each other down, and you hear them, and you hear like their communication back and forth through their looks, like what their looks are saying, like they're looking like this, like, and you hear in their head, "I'm not fucking budging," and then the other guy is like, "Well, neither am I," but it's in their heads. I thought that was a cool idea. They did it again with the British aunt, who was like, is he fucking hitting on me? And Leo kisses her, and she's like, okay. So it's a fun film. It's not. I didn't get as much emotionally from it as I did Hugo and Taxi Driver, which is fine. This is more like Goodfellas, where we see somebody's rise and fall and the excess and all of their crazy exploits while they're doing these terrible things, and we see. And the ending is kind of like Goodfellas too. I've heard a lot of people say that, and I agree. It is. It just gets totally fucking batshit crazy near the end, where everything goes just crazy, like the boat scene, and then the Quaalude scene, and then the FBI raid the place, and he tries to take his daughter and gets into a crash, and that scene was like, wow, like this is getting pretty serious. This is definitely DiCaprio's best performance by far. Definitely Jonah Hill's. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna swallow my pride. Jonah Hill did deserve to be nominated for an Academy Award for this. He really did. He earned it. I'll own up and say it. Not gonna be a part of the Jonah Hill fan club. I'm not gonna go see 22 Jump Street, but I'll give him his due. Just like when I saw Punch Drunk Love and Adam Sandler gave one of my favorite performances ever. I had to give him that. I have to give it up to him. You know, when he tries, he's great. Jonah Hill in Moneyball, that was his other nominated performance. That one I was like, no. But this one, yeah, he earned it. He really did. I still think he's overrated as a comedian. But in this, he was actually pretty funny and pretty interesting. But yeah. So I think that's it. Overall, highly recommend Wolf of Wall Street. If you got 3 hours to spend watching a movie, then definitely watch it. It's a vulgar, fun little film. It's not little, but you get what I'm saying. Okay. Goodbye.